the St Ives Scrub. Well, if you do, you're going to want to watch this, and I'm going to try my best to get through the ingredients list while sounding like a teenage boy. Well, the good news is they no longer use micro beads, microplastics to exfoliate, but there are still some microplastics in here. Now, instead they use crushed up walnut shells, but in 2016 there was a lawsuit filed against them, as the walnut shells, the exfoliation actually caused the skin to have micro tears and cause infection. The lawsuit was dismissed, but lots of dermatologists have said that something this harsh can actually damage your skin. But let's look at all of the other ingredients. Water's in there as a filler. We're going to need a preservative, so we'll see what preservatives there are later. This Regia shell powder, that is the walnut, crushed up walnut that I told you about. Glycerol stearate. This is an emulsifier that mixes the oil to the water. Can be derived by petroleum or from vegetables. Propylene glycol. I don't like this. You're best off going for pentylene glycol. This is a humectant and a solvent. It's synthetic and derived from petroleum, which you know I don't like because it's not sustainable. Then we have sodium lauryl sulfate, which is SLS, which some of you may know is a well-known irritant to your skin. It's put in here as a surfactant to make it foamy. Zeamase meal is just cornmeal. This is another exfoliant. Ethyl alcohol. This is an emulsifier and a thickener, typically derived from plant oils. TEA is a pH adjuster. This is synthetic and petroleum derived. Cetyl alcohol. This is another thickener and emulsifier, usually derived from plant oil. Linoleamine is a foam booster and a thickener. It's synthetic and usually petroleum derived. Salicylic acid, this is another type of exfoliant. Lanolin oil is a moisturising oil, but it is derived from sheep's wool, so it is not vegan. Peg 100, this is a peg. You know I don't like pegs. They are petroleum based and can also contain microplastics. This one's emulsifier and a surfactant. Prunus oil is apricot kernel oil. This is a good ingredient in my opinion. It softens the skin and it's a moisturiser. This flower extract, also a very good ingredient. It soothes and reduces inflammation. Sunflower oil, I prefer safflower oil, but it's not a bad ingredient. Again, it's just going to moisturise, but it can be quite comedogenic, so it can clog your pores. And we've got cowslip extract. This is natural. It's put in there because it's soothing and it's anti-inflammatory. You're probably going to need the anti-inflammatory after cutting your skin with that walnut shell. The flower extract, this is an antioxidant. This is a good ingredient. Sorbitol is a humectant, plant derived. Carbomber, I hate this ingredient. This is a microplastic. It's a thickener and a stabiliser. It doesn't need to be in skincare. Don't put microplastics on your skin, in my opinion. Cetaref 20. This is an emulsifier and a surfactant. It's petroleum derived. Methylparaben is a paraben. It's a preservative, synthetic and petroleum derived. You know about paraben. Polysorbate 60, an emulsifier and a stabiliser. This is petroleum derived. A synthetic preservative. Propyl paraben, another paraben. It's a preservative, another synthetic preservative. Phenooxyethanol. This can irritate sensitive skin. Again, petroleum derived. Eugenol. This is a fragrance compound, but it can also be an antiseptic. It can be found naturally in essential oils, as can linalool. But then we have parfum, fragrance. We don't need that in a cleanser. Unless these other ingredients are super stinky, we don't need any artificial fragrances. These brands are at no liberty to divulge what constitutes their fragrances, so it could be full of endocrine disruptors. And then we have titanium dioxide. That's fine as long as it's non-nano. This is put in there probably for colouring because it's very, very white. I hope you understood all of that. I'm sorry about my throat. Completely lost my voice because I've been banging on so much about how much I hate microplastics. Any other skincare products you want me to dissect, then just let me know. All the best.